You are a baddie. You need to stand up. Hi guys, it is your girl Tima, and yes, I'm using these hair doing clips as my clips to clip my hair back. Why? Because they're cute. Now, I wanted to talk to you girlies about how you're wasting your potential while I get ready with Nova Beauty. So I'm gonna start by moisturizing with a very thick moisturizer because I'm very dry skin, and this has been my little primer go-to lately, which is to mix it with the Nova Beauty liquid highlighter. This is in the shade Copper, and this is like the perfect illuminator. First thing I'm gonna need you to do is get a good skincare routine. This does not mean get an egregious skincare routine. This does not mean you have to do all these extra stuff. It just means have a good skincare routine and understand what your skin needs. For the longest time, I thought I had oily skin, which was actually completely off. I had sensitive dry skin. It was so dry that it was like producing an excess amount of oil, right? So I realized that, and I got on my skincare routine, and my skin has never looked or felt better. And a lot of us, like, that's the real issue with our skin. We can fix our skin issues. It's just that a lot of the time we don't really know what our skin issues are. It's never gonna end. Like, you're always gonna learn something new about your skin that you didn't know before. Oh my god, I look like a strobe light. It never ends. You always learn something new about your skin. So for example, for me, I just recently came to the realization that I have extreme closed comedones, and that is basically where your skin has clogged pores, and it's really easy for them to get clogged and stay clogged. So I recently upgraded my skincare routine again, which will be coming out very soon, so stay tuned for that. I found some products that really do work for me. So now I'm going to go in with the Liquid Glow. I haven't used this in a minute. This used to be my go-to in the summer, but I realized that I really do love the glowy look. These Nova brushes are really good. They don't really break me out as bad as other brushes. So I'm going to be using the Complexion 05 brush. Just blend that in. Brows, girls. Okay, so we are about to get into my brows. So I have realized that I get the best look for my brows when I remove whatever is on my brows before I fill them in. By the way, I just got a huge order from Fashion Nova, and this set is from Fashion Nova that I'm wearing, of course, because I know you girlies are about to be asking me, oh my god, your set is so cute, where'd you get it from? Fashion Nova. They have the cutest sets ever. Literally, I was at Pandora the other day and this girl was like, oh my god, your set is so cute, where is it from? And I was like, Fashion Nova. So I'm gonna use the black Nova Beauty pencil. This is the Slimline brow pencil. I love how like precise you can get your brows, and it goes on so smooth, so easy. But I feel like brows really are the make or break of your makeup. Your face shape can literally depend on your brows. I really like the thin and long type of look, and then I also don't like my brows to go down on the inner side too much, and honestly it's just practice, trial and error. You're gonna get it wrong the first couple of times. It's gonna probably take you a while to master your brows, but just keep at it. I started doing my own makeup when I was in like high school or middle school, and okay, like I went through my phase with makeup, girl. You're just gonna have to go through that little phase, and don't be afraid to go through that trial and error phase, because that's how you learn what you like versus what you don't like when it comes to your brows. Have you noticed all the baddies? It's their brows that do it. And there's so many different ways that you could do your brows. Like if you have a face shape where it fits to do thicker brows, or like the brushed up laminated brow look, like I don't care what anybody says, people have so many opinions, so that's always going to be a factor either way. But when people say, oh, I don't like the fluffy brow look, or oh my god, like that natural like laminated brow is so ugly, blah blah, I'm like, I don't know what the hell y'all are talking about, because it might not look good on some people, but on some people it's everything. It eats down, which is why it's important to just follow what works for you, not what someone recommends. Do what works for you. And if you guys notice too, with my brows, I brush them up as I go, and then before I conceal them, I'm gonna brush my brows. And I love the brush that comes on this. It's so firm. It gives me rough brush, but for your brows. I'm gonna use this edge control to brush my brow hairs up, sculpt it out. I could spend hours on my brows alone. It's so funny how you can spend so much time on your brows on your whole makeup, honestly. And then you could spend so little time. Like yesterday, I did my makeup in like 20 minutes. I'm just gonna go ahead and conceal my brows using a high coverage concealer. But because my skin is dry, I always use something that's high coverage but hydrating. It's always one brow that's so much easier than the other. Now I'm gonna use this like flat concealer brush. Is this a concealer brush? It's not. It's the Complexion 02 brush. I'm gonna use this to blend out my concealer, and I'm gonna just fix that up a little bit with the brow defining Nova Beauty brush. And I just pat the extra concealer on the beginning of my brows just to make it a little bit more blended. This brow really like is not this brow, and that's okay. You know what, actually I'm gonna try something out. I'm gonna clean it up with this Nova Beauty palette. By the way, these palettes are so cute and aesthetic. Like I could literally just leave these on my vanity. I love like it's like this little snake skin type of print. It's very, very cute. And then the colors are really nice too. This one's more of just like a smoky eye with black and shimmery and stuff. So I'm gonna use the black here, just a little bit of it. It's the shade Mood, and just try to clean up. Yes. Another tip, just in general, I didn't even include this in my notes. Do it every day. Because even when I don't do my makeup for a while, I end up having to like relearn almost. Not relearn completely, obviously, but like it's harder for me to get back into the flow of doing my makeup and make it look really, really nice compared to when I'm doing my makeup every day. I'm gonna go ahead and apply my concealer, but y'all, I have been doing this new technique with my makeup. It's not new, it's new to me, okay? But I've been doing this technique with your makeup where you underpaint. So you do your contour first. I don't know if you would even consider this fully underpainting, but this is what I have been doing. I apply my concealer and then I apply my contour, blend that in first, the contour, and then blend in my concealer. And when I tell you guys, I don't know why I ever did my contour the other way around now. So I'm gonna actually use this Kabuki brush today to blend in my contour. This is also from Nova Beauty. This is y'all are just gonna have to see, because when I tell you guys, this blends seconds. Your words are spells. Like actually, it's insane. And every time I think about that statement, I think about this one time where I was in line for Chick-fil-A with my friends, and I just kept saying like, oh my god, like I feel like, because for some reason, I don't know, for some reason I got my food first and I was waiting for them to get theirs. So I was in line with them waiting with my food, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna drop this. When I tell you guys, they kept telling me to stop saying that too. I said that same sentence like 4 or 5 times in different ways, and what happened? I ended up dropping my food. I didn't even, like, when I was saying it too, it wasn't like, oh, I feel like I'm gonna drop this. It was kind of like, oh, what if I drop this right now? Like, how funny would that be if I dropped this right now? And it happened. And that's just like one like minute example of that. But when I tell you guys, your words are spells. Like, stop saying bad shit about yourself. Stop saying that you're ugly. Stop saying that you're this, you're that, whatever. Because you will be. Even if you aren't, that's what people will perceive you as. Boom. For the smaller areas, I'm going to use the Complexion 04 brush. I'm just going to kind of clean it off a little bit because I used it earlier. You really do have to start telling yourself that you're a baddie. Like, don't care how delusional it sounds. Don't care who says, oh my god, like that sounds like so crazy. Like, girl, shut up. Like, don't care if nobody thinks you're cocky or whatever. You have to literally affirm yourself these things, and you will be in such a better mind space. And it sounds crazy, it really does, but like, write this stuff down and say it to yourself. Like, listen to stuff where it affirms stuff like that to you. There are lots of YouTube videos like I used to listen to, and I got out of this habit, but I need to go back into it because girl, it really did help my mental health overall. But when you listen to, like, there's lots of like playlists and stuff on YouTube where it's like affirmations and subliminals, and it sounds insane, but when I tell you guys it actually works, it's insane. Especially if you're in a mindset where you're either around other people that don't affirm that very much to you, or you yourself don't affirm that to yourself. That you need to start affirming to yourself. You need to start listening to people that affirm you. You need to hang out with better people, put yourself in a better environment. Now I'm gonna blend out my nose contour. I'm gonna use the same brush because when you underpaint like that, you really don't have to keep too much structure to the contour because the structure will come from the concealer. Everybody has the potential to be a baddie. The reality is that a lot of people don't know what that encompasses, and they try to like follow other people or follow other trends or whatever. What works for somebody else is not going to work for you. It might in rare cases work for you, but it will not work out for you to the same extent as you just being yourself and you doing what works for you. And now I'm going to use the Complexion 03 brush to blend in my contour or my concealer. It kind of reminds me of those imposters or like those people who like try to copy people like Ariana Grande. For some reason, especially Ariana Grande, she has a lot of those people who copy her or like try to impersonate her or whatever. And there's this one girl that's been going really viral on TikTok because she really does like get it almost on the head with her impersonation. And it's not even that she looks just like Ariana Grande, because again, there's only one of her. Gets her makeup to a T, gets her hair to a T, gets whatever to a T, looks just like this girl, copy paste. But at the end of the day, she'll never be her. There's always something like off with the impersonator because that's not them. You can tell it's not them either. But have you guys ever seen that person who is like really unique and so beautiful because of that? Even if you have conventional looking face, I guess, like an average looking like normal whatever look to you, there's still something about you that's unique to you, whatever that may be. Whether you're like aura, like the music you listen to, things like that rub off on your essence, that's personal to you. So if you guys notice, the baddest bitches in the world, they are themselves. Like, they are truly themselves. They understand themselves very well. They understand what clothing looks best on them, what this, that, and the third is. And I always say this, and people are like, I don't know, but I firmly believe it, and that's all that matters to me personally. But I always say that everybody has the potential to be beautiful. Everybody, no matter what size, no matter whatever, everyone has the potential to be beautiful. It really just depends on you, your confidence, your aura. Especially confidence. Confidence is like the biggest thing, and it's so reiterated, but it really is the pinnacle of beauty. Anyone can be beautiful, and I truly do mean that, and I'm truly saying that to you, girly. You can be the baddest version of yourself. We can always elevate and be the baddest, the funniest, the most successful, the most talented. We can all constantly be elevating in any facet of life. It's just your mindset. I'm actually going to use this, what is this? This Nova Beauty Complexion 02 brush to just kind of blend the smaller areas of my face. And as you guys can see, like this underpainting, especially with my nose contour, like look at that! I did want to try something new today. I almost forgot, y'all. I wanted to try this lipstick in the shade Day Trip because it is so pretty, from Nova Beauty. Look at how pretty that color is. It's like this really nice pinkish, like really deep pink. I love a pink like that for blush, so especially on dark skin, like that just eats down. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of that. Actually, I think I'm gonna apply it with a brush because I think it's really creamy, and I'm not trying to lift too much of my product. So I'm gonna apply it with this blush brush. This is the Complexion 04. Oh yeah, oh my god, this is so pretty. Oh, look at how pretty that is. Also, use your features to your advantage. There are certain features that are literally exclusive to yourself. Like your proportions, unless you have some ridiculously similar doppelganger, is gonna be yours. So for me, I would say like my lips, when it comes to my face, my lips, my eyebrows, my nose, my eyes, like honestly all my features, when I'm doing my makeup or when I'm getting ready in general, I really do amplify my features. And that's again going into the topic of like, you have to be unique to yourself. Like you have to literally use what is for you. You can't follow anybody else. Even like makeup tutorials, that's why like whenever people ask me like, oh my god, makeup tutorial, I can only teach so much. Like I can only teach like these little techniques and these little ways of applying it. But when it comes to placement and stuff like that really is unique to every individual person. Like no one can teach that. But use your features to your advantage, whatever that is. Use your eye color to your advantage. For example, I have brown chocolate eyes. So when I'm doing my makeup, when I'm doing my hair, when I'm doing whatever, I really do accentuate that. I have big eyes too, so I do the lashes, I do the bright under eye. All right, now I'm gonna use a little powder puff to set my concealer because my under eyes especially tend to crease very easily. It's really just perception. Everything is perception. What society has deemed beautiful is just because a whole bunch of people perceived it to be that way. Isn't that crazy? Like, we can perceive anything to be true and it will be true. That's why when people like normalize things, it's because they literally saw themselves as beautiful regardless. And then everyone was like, wait a minute, like, what do they have? Like, what makes them so beautiful? Oh, it's probably this, it's probably that. Like, it really, 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 really is just perception. And don't let other people's perception get in the way of what your perception of yourself is, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters. And the rest will follow. The rest will follow. And then always like kind of re-exaggerate the contour with your powder. Have a flawless base. I literally just touched on this earlier, but when I tell you guys, getting your base down in your makeup routine is everything. Especially if you are a makeup glam girly, get your base down. Do your research, follow people's tutorials, try different techniques out, and again, you can only use what works for your features because everyone is completely different and unique. But take what works for you and leave the rest in the dust. If it doesn't work, okay, try it a couple times, try it a couple different ways, and then go back to the drawing board and be like, okay, that doesn't work for me, but this does. And just learn, and your makeup will be flawless. So I'm gonna do my lips. Now, this is gonna sound crazy, but I use a brown liquid liner from Nova Beauty to do my lip liner. And when I tell you guys this is the most perfect shade for me, honestly, words can't even explain. Watch. Oh my god. This has a little like scrolly uppy type of thing. Scrolly uppy type of thing. This has like a little thing where you could twist it to get more product out. So once I've used that product, the brush is basically dry. So I can then use it to blend that down. Ate down so bad. And now, and it's gonna stay on all day too, like I forgot to mention that, like the way y'all sleep on Nova Beauty is a crime. And now I'm gonna use their satin lipstick. I'm pretty sure that's what this is, but when I tell you guys, I know you guys probably got a hint of it from when I was applying the blush, but when I tell you guys that these are like so hydrating, that's why I stay away from lipstick as much as possible, because it's so drying for me most of the time, especially matte. I just can't do it. But this, and they have the perfect shades too. Y'all are sleeping on Nova Beauty, okay? I'm gonna show y'all Dime today, because in my last Nova Beauty Get Ready With Me, I showed you guys Dime, and yeah, look at this. Look at how perfect that is. If you want like a light little pigment like what I'm going for right now, you could just slowly add a couple more little dots and get the perfect shade. I'm gonna do a final lip gloss, but I'm gonna wait until I'm done with the rest of my base. So I am going to powder the rest of my face and dust off my bake now. Less is more. Less is truly more. If you've noticed, there are some people, especially like the people that people refer to as like looking so clean, it's because they really do as little as possible. Not as little as possible, let me not say that. It's more about just attention to detail instead of like trying to do too much. Like, for example, if I know that I only have an hour to get ready, I'm probably not going to do a full base or a full beat. I'm probably going to focus on the outfit, the accessories, whatever else, and then a little bit of makeup here and there. Or let's just say I have 3 hours, then I'll do the whole thing, but also pay attention to details, pay attention to how tidy your clothes look, pay attention to your scent, pay attention to everything, every little detail. And there we go. Base is, oh my god. Ooh, period. Now I'm going to show you guys my new favorite little trick, which is to use the Nova Beauty DM gel liner. I think this is the shade right here. It's this really nice gel liner. It's like this perfect wintry, glittery, shimmery type of glitter look. And I apply that right on the tip of my nose and right on the bridge of my nose. And then I take my little finger and just blend that in. If you are still in high school, because I know a lot of you girlies are still in high school or still in college or whatever the case may be, when I tell you guys, do not let anybody discourage you from being the baddest version of yourself, I truly mean it, because everything is perception. If you perceive yourself to be a baddie, that's exactly what you are. Point blank, period. Apply the gloss. This is the shade, what shade is this? Thick. And there you go. You would know that half of what's on my face right now is Nova Beauty. Anyways, girlies, thank you so much for watching today's video, and thank you so much to Nova Beauty for partnering with me on today's video. This set and also Nova Beauty will be linked in the bio down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what some of your tips are to be the baddest version of yourself, and I will see you girlies on another video soon. Bye guys.